Hello, my name is Tara and welcome to my channel. Occasionally you might see my husband. His name is Charles. I call him Chucky, or my son Stefan. This is a journey that we all do together, so you'll probably see them. I'm going to share with you all the tools that I use during my candle process. I'm hoping that this might help all the candle beginners out there. I'm hoping that my videos may help those along the way. If there's any questions that you have, please be sure to post them and I will do my best to help answer them. If I don't know them, I'll also be sure to try and let you know that as well, so that maybe if I don't know them, I can help you find the answers. Okay, so I'm going to show you all of the tools that I use, with the exception of the jars. As of lately, we as candle makers have had a shortage or a problem of getting containers, so we've had to improvise or change our jars or things of that sort. So my jars have changed here and there, and so with the exclusion of my jars that I use because they have changed, I will be showing you all the other tools. And you can check out where I got them with the links below. Let's get started. First thing is this label maker. This has saved me confusion so many times. It prints out wonderful little labels. You can label what candle scents that you've made and make tons of scents so that you don't have to worry about making a scent, waiting for it to dry, and then making another scent so that you don't get confused. This thing helps. It also helps if you are making your own recipe. This definitely helps a whole lot. I've used it for many things. Many things. And continue to find things to use it for. So this has definitely helped me. The next thing would be this digital thermometer. This takes the temperature of your wax as you're heating it. You have to have your wax at a certain temperature to add your fragrance and your color. If you use color, you have to have your wax at a certain temperature before you pour it. This thing comes in handy. You also have to have one of these pot to melt the wax in. This has a clip to it. Not all of these do, so make sure that whatever one you use has a clip. Or you don't have to have one that has a clip. It just makes things a little easier and a little more simple, because it just clips there, sits in there, measures your wax temperature, makes life simple. Again, I will post the links down below. These you can get anywhere. You can get them at your local candle supply store. You can get them at Hobby Lobby or Amazon, but I'm going to post the link for where I got mine down below. The next thing that I use is this scale. As you can see, as you can see, mine has wax all over it because I use it so much. I probably should have cleaned it off, but I use it a lot. I use this to measure my fragrance. I use this to measure my wax. I make a lot of candles at one time, so this thing comes in handy, and I also use this to measure my packages that are going out. So because I make so many candles at one time, that thing comes in handy. That is my wax melter, and I will share the link below where that came from too. The next thing is wick trimmers. These come in handy for all candle makers, but more especially for me because I use wood wicks. I tried cotton wicks. I didn't have much luck with them. They got very frustrating with me. And I decided that wood wicks seem to work better with me. And that's okay if it doesn't with you. Cotton wicks seem to be kind of hit or miss with everyone. So a lot of people like the experience with cotton wicks, but I've been doing this since April, and here it is September now, and wood wicks have definitely been my saving grace. needless to say. So, and I love the crackling that it does for the wood wicks. To me, that's just soothing and relaxing. But there are a lot of standards that wood wicks have to go through just as much as the cotton ones. So, with that being said, don't think that you're completely out of the clear just by switching over to wood wicks, because that is not how that works. So, anyway, wick trimmers. Definitely helpful. Okay, next thing. This. So for any candle maker who intends to sell their candles, you have to meet certain guidelines, and I will discuss this more in future videos. But for right now, you have to meet certain guidelines that your jar cannot exceed certain temperatures while the candle is burning. So during burning temp test, I will check my candles with this. And it is important, and I probably will say this a million times, if you're selling candles, document everything that you do. Document it somewhere. Write it down somewhere. It is so important. And have a good organizational system of something. Because Lord knows that I did not at first. And I'm still working on that process, but I'm getting there. So the next thing, this. So I use the 6006 wax, which is the paraffin soy blend. I use the 464, which is shaved, and you can scoop up and, you know, measure and everything in your pot. But the 6006 comes in a big block. Of course, you can't put that big block in one of those, and you certainly can't put it in a little thing like this. It just won't work. So I use this to cut it down in smaller pieces. Now it works better if you cut down the block all at one time, so that when you go back to it, it's already cut for you. So I do use this, and I also use this one. Please don't mind the wax on it, but it is used. So I use that as well to cut down my block. It makes things a whole lot easier to work with. Although that thing can handle a large amount of wax, it's still a whole lot easier if you cut it down and it melts it faster. Okay, so the next thing, believe it or not, you're going to need these. Candles, no matter what wax you use, you're going to need these, because candles are known to make sinkholes, and that's another topic that I will talk about in another video. Trust me, we'll touch base on all of this. But you need these. Trust me. You need these. The next thing that is like a candle maker's best friend would be this heat gun. Now I use this one. There are candle makers out there that use the much more professional grade one. But I tend to use this one, and it works just fine for what I need it to. And again, I will tell you why you need this in later videos, but you certainly need it. And it goes hand in hand with the whole sinkhole thing. So, if I'm making a candle batch that I don't need to heat that thing up for, and before I got that thing, this was my burner. Yep, just this. I was able to heat a pot up, make a double boiler system with a pot, water, and stick this in it. And there we went. That's how we did it for a while, until my little life-saving friend came into the picture. So that's the gist of it. Those are the tools that I use for the most part. I'm maybe leaving one one or two things out. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I will do my very best to answer any of them or all of them if I absolutely can. And I will see you in the next video. Mwah!